heaven. Osei Kufuor, I'm back at y'all again. I got a bit of a few questions from people who are inboxing me, asking me things pertaining to counterfeit spirits. And what is a counterfeit spirit? Well, you have to understand that spirits is not anything that is a delusional aspect of a spooky ghost or monster or something. A spirit is a form of energy which can be existing on higher dimensions or lower dimensions. Now, I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Now, when you are watching televisions, you have to understand that all of our brains are endowed on megahertz. So therefore, it is fed by way of channeling and frequency. So depending on the frequency of the television show that you are being told or being subliminally given to by way of the television, this is the frequency that it is allowing you to be resonated on. What I mean by allowing you, subconsciously you have things that's being fed by way of television, because you understand before you see the picture on the television, you have to understand that signals are bounced off of a satellite inside of the universe that the government has going around counterclockwise within the universe. So therefore, this is where your pictures come from, by way of the satellites and the slides. Now, a counterfeit spirit is a form of an emotion. So whenever you are watching the 6 o'clock news and you see things such as black children being shot down and things of that nature, what is happening is those megahertz are endowing into your frequencies that is going back into your subconscious a form of fear. Fear is a counterfeit spirit on a lower level. Even a counterfeit spirit on a higher level is negative for us. So when we are drinking alcohol, for an example, depending on how you drink, because a lot of people say, well, smoking weed is supposed to be good for you, and then some people say smoking weed is not good for you. Well, depending on your whole intentions when you are smoking marijuana or drinking wine and things of that nature, because your thoughts is what manifests your actions, and you are every thought that enters into your subconscious mind. So therefore, when you have your thoughts, which is you enter into your subconscious mind, if you are saying that I'm going to smoke this marijuana to reach into other dimensions, then you can use a negative to reach over into a positive to bring back a positive element. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, this is where the metaphysics of Nightmare on Elm Street come from. When they go into the dream and they finally grab Freddy Krueger and wake up and bring him back into the dimension. Except for, you have to understand the metaphysics of that is white people coming in contact with an element or energy that kills them in their sleep because they don't have neuromelanin. So their neurological systems is not up to par. It's not balanced. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, they have to take a sleep aid called melatonin. What is melatonin? Melatonin is what black people create or melanated people create. A lot of people don't like to use melanin, but melanin is a form of carbon. So what they do is they extract from black people their organs whenever they pass away from this dimension. They take the melanin or the melatonin out of their organs, and what they do is they dry them up, crush them up, and make melatonin pills. This helps to regulate them. So basically, Europeans need a part of our spirituality in order to exist on this dimension. Without a part of us, they cannot exist. They are leeches. They are vampires. They suck the blood from us, and it allows them to exist. If not, they will be trapped in an existence lower than the third dimension. You get what I'm saying? So a counterfeit spirit. A counterfeit spirit is something that you will find in drugs, for an example. In our melanin, we have something that's called alkaloid. Once they take that alkaloid out of your medicine and they genetically modify it with crack cocaine, which crack cocaine has an alkaloid in it, which is a part of us, what happens is it becomes a hybrid type of alkaloid. So they took an original alkaloid from our melanin and put it inside of a materialistic substance, and now we are smoking it, and now we are more hooked to drugs than anybody else. That's a negative. That is a counterfeit spirit. That alkaloid becomes a counterfeit spirit. You have to understand that chemicals is a form of energy. Energy is a spiritual substance. So every time you think, you have spiritual entities coming into your mind by way of alcohol, by way of smoking marijuana. But the difference between alcohol and marijuana is, now marijuana, if you are smoking it to get to a higher realm or to open up certain portals within your subconscious, now you will be able to deliberately, because you have to understand that marijuana comes from the ground. So anything that comes from a root and not processed is still electric. So therefore, that electricity that's still flowing through, when you smoking that marijuana, that electricity is getting in tune with the the carbon part of your brain, because you have to understand that carbon and copper is what creates electricity. Your brain is carbon and copper. So therefore, your whole being is electricity. This is why I tell people to eat foods that are electric, not dead. You can't eat foods that are genetically modified inside of a laboratory. But to get back to the marijuana helps us to reach entities or certain planets and frequencies that white people cannot get to, even if they do smoke marijuana. This is why white people, when they drinking beer, they have to do more of it. They go crazy. If you ever been invited to a party by a white person, they go crazy. They love that shit. Why? Because it don't affect them. If black people was to do more of the these activities than they do, then it would affect us in a negative way. So now you have an alkaloid that's coming from our DNA as black people, and they putting it inside of a materialistic substance with a negative energy or frequency, which is actually suppressing our megahertz. Again, subliminal messages is not only through television. Subliminal messages is by way of food. Subliminal messages is by way of vaccinations. So you have vaccinations with chemicals in it, which is a form of energy, and you don't even know what type of codes, which is pre-encoded inside of these vaccinations. They are pre-encoding counterfeit spirits in these vaccines to attack our subconscious, because right now we have certain strands of DNA that's coming alive from different planets, which is about to abduct black people or melanated people and awaken us so that we can take ourselves over into another dimension to meet with certain fragments of ourselves that we existed with in another past life. White people know this. They don't have past lives. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're going to have coons say, well, I got friends who dream. They told me they dream. Well, white people told you that Christ exists, and you believe that shit. White people told you that Christopher Columbus existed, and you believe that shit. So, I mean, what can we believe about white people? You say black people lie. Well, guess what? You learn when you are conditioned in a society and taken away from your geographical area, from where your spiritual morals is embedded into your subconscious or your brain, of course you become that. If you take a polar bear out of its natural environment and place it into a hot environment, it's going to become aggressive. So black people are justified in doing the shit that we're doing today. Not to saying that the justification is a good thing, but what I'm saying is this right here. You have to understand that, you know, when people say that black people are killing more black people or it's more black on black crimes, white people do this shit all the time. They play this psychological game with us to think that we are going to fall for the bullshit. Some of us do, but you can't trick me. Because I know that it's not black people who own guns or manufacture guns from across seas. Every gun that you get, made in China, made in Japan, made in some other foreign country. You get what I'm saying? Black people do not distribute crack cocaine until it's placed to our community by CIA while we're asleep at night. This is why even today you see a lot of unmarked white vans by way of the government, and FEMA has their own private corporations which comes to the black communities at night, and they are setting blueprints. They are messing with the water sewages and the water lines and stuff like that because they are planning to shut us down. Every project is one way in and one way out. They are already setting it up for us. And as black people, we sit around all day and we watch the Grammys. You get what I'm saying? The bullshit about Beyonce. Y'all just don't know that was a hologram. That was a hologram. That wasn't real. Now you plug into the illusion. I'm talking about a lot of conscious people I'm seeing posting a lot of shit on Facebook. Oh, Beyonce did this, Black Panther. No, it's a trick. It's a subliminal message, and you falling for the bullshit. You get what I'm saying? Even the thing with Kendrick Lamar. Y'all don't see through that bullshit. Y'all don't think that the Grammys have to actually initiate or to confirm the type of performances that they're doing before they perform at the Grammys? Y'all don't think they knew that before it happened? So what's the agenda behind it? Somebody gonna sell a lot of records because somebody is signed to a fucking so-called Jew. These people are signed to so-called Jews. So if they have to use our own history against us to act like they giving us some type of black empowerment, you get what I'm saying? They would use that because money is their soul. They don't have a soul. Money is their soul. So it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to wake up because we have many subliminal messages around us and we don't see it. We have plenty of empty molecules around you right now, which you use to form thoughts. So you have certain parts of you that's around you that you can't even see. So when people say, yo, how can I astral project? How can I open up my third eye? It's open already. You astral projecting. If you were not astral projecting, you wouldn't be able to get knowledge right now. You wouldn't be able to comprehend. You wouldn't be able to understand or understand what people are saying to you for you to be able to wake up in this day and age. Every word that I speak is a part of me. My thoughts, I'm astral projecting. So right now I might miss you, and my energy, which is thoughts coming out of my mouth, is traveling somewhere else. Somebody gonna pick up on it. And they may have a dream that they're sitting here. They might have a dream that they're sitting somewhere doing an interview. And it's not really them doing it. It's me. You ever seen X-Men? I forgot the person's name where they can actually teleport or metamorphosize into a person to make it look like them. Like, this is real. This is real. So, you know, it's time for us to wake up. You have to watch the movies. A good movie to watch is In Time with the cracker Justin Timberlake. In Time is a great movie. Watch it. Because now they are able to clone cells, and you have to understand that cells holds your expiration date. Did you know that you can read your cells, the nucleus in your cell, and you can tell how long you have to live? They don't tell you this shit. This is why this is why they ask you to come and give blood samples, because they can take the cells in your blood and take time from your life. I might sound crazy, but they can take those cells, they can take the time out of your cells and cause you to expire early. This is why they say you got AIDS. AIDS don't exist. They gave you AIDS because they had to give you something negative in order for them to receive the positive, which is your fucking time. Watch the movie In Time by that cracker, Justin Timberlake. But before I go any further, you know, I just want to thank all of my supporters out there, all of the metaphysicians, my queen, all the other queens who support me, all the kings who support me. We will have an annual United States of Africa meeting by the end of this year, so look forward to it, to everybody who has a number under United States Africa Treasury. So with that much said, Black Science TV 111, Osei Kufuor, I'm out. Peace.